Howdy, I'm Lee Wilson, and this is TGO Wyoming on the move. And today I'm off to take a course, a HITS course. HITS stands for Henk Iverson Tactical Systems. Now, I have heard about this guy for years. I mean, I've been in Casper for almost 7 years, and that's just about how long I've heard of him for. I've heard a number of people talk about Henk's courses. So I am finally able to take one. So I am going to go see what it's all about. Now, the interesting thing I've heard about this course, and I don't know a whole lot about it, it just comes highly recommended from some people that I trust, and I trust in their opinions. So it's worth my money, my time, and my ammunition to go check it out based on their recommendations alone. Because there isn't a whole ton of info on a HITS course out there on the interwebs. So I'm really not entirely sure what to expect. I do know that this is a course about fighting with a gun. This is not a how to shoot course. This is not a fundamentals course. I'm sure it'll cover fundamentals because everybody does. But this course, you're expected to already know how to shoot, be proficient with a handgun, and this is about movement, manipulation, and effectively fighting with a gun. Specifically a handgun. I'm taking Pistol 1 today. So I'm pretty excited about this because I'm a competent shooter. I'm not going to say I'm a great shooter, but I'm not certainly bottom of the list bad shooter. So I'm really wondering where this will progress my skills. What will I learn today? Don't know. I'm assuming, just from what I've heard, I'm going to do a lot of movement and then shooting. A lot of movement. Apparently, this course, if you're not shooting, you're moving. If you're not moving, you're shooting. And you better be reloading while you're moving. That's pretty much what I've heard. So it's 500 rounds. I have my Glock 17, 6 PMags, 6 17-round PMags, 1 21-round PMag. Got 5 mag carriers, 3 Blackhawks, and single mag carriers, and 1 Uncle Mike's. I really need some better mag carriers. My God, I need some better mag carriers. I'm just about tired of these, but I've had them for years and they work. I'm using my HSGI OWB holster. I have my Glock 19 as a backup with 5 mags. I've got my Glock 43 in case they want to do any CCW stuff with 3 mags, and my amazing Black Arch Protos M holster. That thing is just the holy grail of holsters for inside the waistband carry of everything that I've tried, which over the years has been a lot. So I don't know if we're going to work on any concealed stuff or not, but I've got it with me if I need it. I have water, more water, lots of water. Then I have some water, and then I have coffee. Which we all know is the most important thing. Aside from an, open mind and a willingness to learn, you need coffee. And for me to have an open mind and a willingness to learn, well, damn it, I need my coffee. Fantastic stuff. We're also instructed to bring an old t-shirt to shoot, so I've got one of those. I've got my Ear Pro, I've got a cleaning kit, I've got all of my M Pro 7 stuff for lubrication, I've got my Uplula, 500 rounds of Freedom munitions, 124 grain ball, new in an old GI style 7.62 ammo can. I think I mentioned the Uplula, but I'm definitely going to be using my Uplula today. If we're shooting 500 rounds, I really want to make sure my thumbs stay decent. At the end of the day, there's a qualifier that allows you to pass the course. I don't know what that means. I mean, you take the course, you're going to learn something, but I don't think you get a certificate of completion or something or other unless you pass this qualifier, which I have been told is exceptionally difficult. So, cross my fingers, hopefully I can make it. We're going to do a lunch break today. I don't really have a whole lot to bring for lunch, so I brought some RX bars, protein bars, and ate one hell of a balanced breakfast. I had 4 eggs scrambled with ham and spinach. So yeah, spinach, I get my iron. I had probably half a can of black olives and then an apple with some almond butter. So I've got a really solid fat and protein base for today. And if you guys have fun following any of my health and wellness stuff, I'm really big on fat and protein. No carbs this morning. Sometimes, I'll splurge and eat hash browns, have some, white potatoes. No, they slow me down too much and make me a little bloaty. I need to be as medium speed and some drag as I possibly can be today. So yeah, good, healthful, super balanced breakfast, ready to rock it. Got, like I said, lots of extra water. Today is supposed to be low 90s, high 80s. So hydration is key. It is king. It is almighty. You want to hydrate anytime you're going to be doing heavy physical exertion outside in the heat. You just hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. You know, Camelback's whole thing about hydrate or die is entirely accurate. So I've got my giant 64 ounce Ozark Trail water bottle. I've got my Camelback bottle. I've got 15 16.9 ounce bottles of water in a cooler with ice. And my new favorite bottle, which is my Vanquist double wall insulated 1 liter bottle. And yeah, that's the best insulated bottle I've ever owned. Holy crap, I don't know where you guys source those, Vanquist. Don't know, but man, does that work. Holy smokes. You know, some of my other insulated bottles, well, they'll be cool at the end of the day, but the Vanquist bottle will still have ice in it. It's impressive. It's impressive. So, lots of water. Gonna stay hydrated. Got my shooting glasses, got my Howard Light ears. I really want to try some new Ear Pro one of these days. They made some substantial upgrades to Ear Pro since, 6 years ago when I bought those Howard Lights. Man, they're going strong. Can't complain about them. They are still in good shape after a lot of use and abuse. So, no complaints there. No complaints there. But yeah, it's gonna be intense. Gonna be intense. But I think I have everything. I'm sunscreened up. Got my good shooting glasses. Got my revisions. I'll have, you know, both clear and tinted lenses, just in case it's a little bit too bright out. I generally like shooting with clear lenses as opposed to tinted. But that's just me. That's just, you know, sometimes I'll shoot with shades, but most of the time it's clear. Because I don't wear sunglasses usually unless I'm driving, so if I'm ever going to get in a situation where I need to shoot, I'm not going to have my sunglasses on. It doesn't matter what bright it is out, I'm just going to have to shoot. So that's how I practice. That's how I train. This will be good training, and hopefully at the end of the day, I will be a more competent shooter and a more competent gunfighter. And that's the idea, right? As Tim Kennedy always says, train like you want to be the hardest person that anybody has ever tried to kill. Maybe not a direct quote, but still, Tim Kennedy said it, and he's awesome. And I think it rings very true. So I'm going to see what I can learn. That's it for now. The next time you see me, it'll be this evening after 5 or 6 o'clock, and we'll be on the drive home. The scenery will be a little bit different. The light will be a little different. The balloons are out today, hopefully. They're supposed to launch this morning. Kind of an exciting day. Balloons are out, getting to spend the whole day out on the range. Such a terrible thing. Have to spend the whole day on the range and shoot lots of ammo and train really hard. Who wouldn't want to do that? Lame people wouldn't want to do that. Or people who just aren't interested in guns. They might be lame people. I don't know. No offense if you're not interested in guns. You're probably not enjoying this episode anyway then. But if you are interested in guns, well, then you're probably like, ooh, tell me about the hits course. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. I'll see you in 8 or 9 hours. Bye. So I'm heading home from the range. That was a good, hard day of work. A really hard day of work. Learned a lot, and we're going to go over some of the lessons that I picked up from taking the hits course. I will start off by saying I failed the qualification. So at the end of every hits course, there's 6 levels of pistol. There is a qualification. Now, you'll get a certification. You'll get a certificate of completion by finishing the course. You will get something more if you qualify. If you pass the qualifier. I did not pass the qualifier. I got 3 attempts at it. First 2 attempts I botched royally, and the 3rd attempt I was out by just a hair. Just a hair. So much to the point where Hank came up to me and said, "Let me see your gun." And I handed it to him, and he's like, "Yep, your sights are centered." So just didn't do it. Just didn't make the cut. It's a long day of shooting. I mean, we started at 9 and we ended at 5:30 for the quals. So I couldn't get it done. And there's no excuse for it. And I know he does that, so that way you are shooting at your worst. You've been shooting all day, you're tired, you're hot. It was 100, 110 degrees at the range. And we've been standing out in the sun all day, been hydrating as much as I could. But, came down to it. I missed it by a hair. I'm okay with that. I will attempt it again another time. So, I have the granulate Talon grips on my 17. And those are awesome for Steel Challenge and IPSC and, everything like that for USPSA. They are not good for a course. They were too aggressive. I need to knock them down with some 200 grit. I just tore up my hands, and that affected my shooting in a very negative way. I had some real problems after my hands started getting torn up. So shot really well in the beginning and progressively got worse as the day went on. And I just tore the hell out of my hands. So I'm gonna have to knock down the Talon grips with some 200 grit or switch to the rubber grips. So that was a really important lesson learned. Movement and shooting, it's always key. I got to work on that. I haven't really done a lot of movement and shooting and stuff lately. I guess I practice moving, every time I shoot Tuesday night steel, because we usually have to shoot 2 positions. But something to work on. Movement is life. Round count went through probably 400-ish rounds, so I've still got a little bit left over of my 500 that I took with me. But a lot of shooting. My Glock ran really well. No stoppages or malfunctions that were not intentionally induced by the snap caps. And so that was good, and I hadn't cleaned it since Tuesday night steel. All I did was run a bore snake through it and call it good. So, yeah, 17 ran great. The Zeb trigger ran great. The Proctor Y-notch sights are phenomenal. I just got to tune that Talon grip a little bit, because that granulate, like I said, it's great for short term, but man, if you're just going to go run 400 or 500 rounds through a gun in a day, it can get a little rough, and I just don't have the calluses built up for that. So I'll knock it down, and that'll solve that problem. I will be able to retake the qualifier for level 1, so I can either call one of the instructors and she'll meet me out at the range, or I can wait a couple of weeks and a buddy of mine will be an instructor and he can run me through it. So I'm going to requal. I'm going to practice, and I'm going to nail that. I know I can do it. I absolutely know I can do it. You got to go out and you got to run it dry. No warm-ups, no nothing. You get 3 chances, do it again. So I'll practice, and then I'll do it, and then I'll have that cert. I'll have that qualifier done. It's tough. It's very tough. It's timed. You get in your own head, you screw things up, but no one passed. No one passed today. So, I think there are 8 or 9 of us that did the qualifier, and nobody did it. None of us are bad shooters. That was the thing, is that you're a shooter in this course. You're already expected to know how to shoot, and you work on adding to the basics, right? It's not just a static, boring range. So, there's some work to be done. A lot of lessons learned. Gear setup worked pretty well. I mean, it was a good time. It was worth the money. It was worth the ammo. It was worth the time. So, I'm pleased. I've got some really good things to take away. I have a grip modification and a trigger pull modification that works very, very well for me. Really tightened up my groups. It's just, there's something special about seeing the center of your target completely blown out and the rest of your rounds are just going through an empty hole on a target. That's fun. That's rewarding. So, Hank told me I'm a good shooter. I just got to keep getting better. Good is good, but there's always better than just good. So, fun day. I'm really glad I went out and did it. I'm looking forward to my hand healing up. Got a nasty blood blister on my right hand. Just tore the ever-loving hell out of my left hand. Yeah, good times. Good times. I am going to go home. I'm going to eat some dinner and clean up. Probably take a shower, cool off a little bit. Clean my gear up, get everything ready for Tuesday night steel, and I'm going to apply the principles that I learned here to Tuesday night steel. And I think things are going to work. We'll see. So yeah, I had a really good night at steel this last Tuesday. we'll see if I can make it even better. Because, yeah, it's good times, good course. Hank's a really cool guy. I really like Henk. He's not from around here originally, South African, and he's got really good ideas. He's rock solid. You know, he was very patient. He's fun to take a course from. He'll joke around and kid around if it's appropriate at the time, and he can be very serious at other times. And, you know, I appreciate that. And it was very, very no BS. Lots of personal time. You know, he's really good about going up and down the line and fixing problems when he sees them. So overall, I think I came away a little bit better of a shooter. Still got a lot of work to do, a long ways to go, but I liked it. So I think that just about wraps it up. Oh, it's nice to have my ears off and my eyes off. Yeah, good times. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. This is a long one. Yeah, two-parter, but it's all edited into one. But whew, I'm tired now. Kind of got a headache. Need to hydrate. Always freaking hydrate. I ran through pretty much all of my water. So, with the exception of my backup water bottles, I'm glad I brought those too, because I had to share. I didn't have to share. I opted to share. But yeah, hopefully you guys have found this video entertaining and or educational. If you have, you know what to do. Leave me a comment in that comment box below. Of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, maybe consider subscribing. I do my vlogs released every Monday. So, if you're subscribed, you'll stay up to date on all the latest and greatest. Of course, you can also follow me on social media. Twitter is there, but not utilized very much. I mean, that's a good way to keep up to date on when I release a video. Facebook, go do the Facebook thing. But follow my Instagram. My Instagram's where all the really cool stuff happens. So, yeah, it's building in popularity. Give it a look and see how it goes. But yeah, I think that's it for now. There's probably more. I'm missing something, but I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm dehydrated. Time to go home and hug the boy and kiss the wife and chill out for the rest of the evening. So thanks again for watching. As always, stay safe, shoot straight, and I'll see you next time.